Ozempic is like the drug that everyone's talking about. The hype kind of came when in 2022, you started to see a bunch of celebrities posting a lot of pics where they were looking much slimmer than usual, and this rumor starting to go around online, on TikTok, on Twitter, and then just sort of in Hollywood, that there was this injection you could take to just get skinny really fast. I'm Mia DeGraff. I'm a deputy editor for health at Insider. Ozempic was approved in 2017 to treat diabetes, and it was really unique and extremely effective. It's an injectable drug that mimics a hormone that tells you that you're full as soon as you start eating. So you find people having a couple of bites of a bagel and being like, oh, I actually don't want any more. And that's why you lose weight. So Ozempic is FDA approved for diabetes. Wegovy is FDA approved for weight control and weight loss. Wegovy is actually the same by and large. The manufacturer saw that you have a side effect of weight loss from taking Ozempic, and they thought, hey, why don't we look at this as an obesity treatment as well? People with obesity were being prescribed Wegovy at such high rates because it's so effective. It was hard to get hold of. So doctors started prescribing Ozempic off-label, and that was therefore the thing that generated hype. We had at the Oscars the joke about everyone being on Ozempic.
You look great. Everybody looks so great. When I look around this room, I can't help but wonder, is Ozempic right for me?
Elon Musk tweeted that he's on Wegovy. Chelsea Handler said that she's using it. It's really expensive, which is one of the biggest issues with this drug. Generally, Ozempic for about 1 month's supply is around $900. Wegovy is about $1,300. Novo Nordisk, which is a Danish pharmaceutical company, was offering coupons. So that could reduce the price of your prescription to about like $25 for a month's supply, which is great. But then when the coupons run out, you're suddenly like, oh God, what am I gonna do? So you're seeing a lot of people then turning to, can I go across the border to Mexico or Canada to get a prescription where it's much cheaper? That said, there has been an explosion of online pharmacists, these very aesthetic, very slick websites that invite you to come on there and get a prescription. But something that you're seeing reported a lot right now is that there's high demand for Ozempic from people who maybe don't need it. And many people are reporting that they're not being asked for proof of that, and they're just getting a prescription for Ozempic. One of the really interesting things we're seeing is how it affects the pleasure center of the brain. So we've spoken to a lot of people who suddenly have lost their appetite, not just for like alcohol, Coca-Cola, bread, marshmallows, but also watching porn or gambling or compulsive shopping. I hear people being like, should I take it? Is it good or bad? And my answer invariably is like, this is a really heavy duty drug. You need to be taking this drug once a week for your life if you want to have lifelong effects of this drug. It's not just like a supplement that you pop to slim down. It has a ton of side effects which are predictable and manageable, but they're not nothing. Diarrhea, constipation, vomiting that can be so extensive that you end up in the ER. So for people with a complex disease like obesity, for someone who's tried so many different things and can't find a treatment to reduce their risk of stroke or cardiovascular disease or immobility and things like that, these are all worth it. But for your average person who isn't struggling with weight control, who just wants to lose a few pounds or wants to be effortlessly slender, I don't know that a lifelong commitment to a drug with some serious side effects or day-to-day side effects is really the one. Also, from the rapid weight loss, you might experience things that have colloquially been termed Ozempic face and Ozempic body. By nature of dropping like 40 pounds in 8 months, you might get a kind of gaunt face, or you might get loose skin around your abdomen and your thighs. So that's why you see a lot of plastic surgeons talking about treating people who are on Ozempic. In the animal trials, there was a risk of developing two quite serious diseases, which is pancreatitis and thyroid cancer. So that is technically a risk that is labeled on the drug, and it's something that people who take this drug should know about. Every pharmaceutical company worth its salt is trying to get in on this, and it's an industry that's shaping up to be worth $100 billion. But coming down the pike, we have a bunch of very similar drugs that look like they're going to be way more effective, way more popular. They're completely revolutionizing the pharmaceutical industry. So the next big one that we're seeing is Mounjaro, which is a drug from Eli Lilly. That's the one that Rosie O'Donnell is taking. The FDA has given Eli Lilly fast track approvals, but then there's another one that doesn't have a name yet, also from Eli Lilly, which is using a drug called retatrutide. People are saying that this is just going to be an absolute blockbuster drug. So it may be, right now Ozempic is the drug we're all talking about, but in a year's time, everyone might be like, what? Ozempic? Do you remember that? There's going to be a whole other drug that's taking over the market soon.